I want to go over the basics of inner child work, and with each of these things, I'm going to be going into them deeper over the next few weeks, next few months. But let's start with the basics of what inner child work actually involves. So inner child work is about looking at when in your childhood one of two things happened. So the first thing is when in your childhood you learned that certain things were not safe. So you may have learned that it's not safe for you to speak up. It's not safe for you to be yourself. It's not safe to be in relationship. And so that's the first thing, looking at the times in your childhood when you form these beliefs that certain things are not safe, and then those beliefs around certain things not being safe stayed with you and continue to stay with you because they've not been looked at and then released and replaced with new beliefs. And this has a massive impact on your ability to actually take action towards anything that you want. Because when you are afraid, the natural thing to do is to shut down, to avoid, to run away, to defend, to guard, to control. And all of those things are going to work against you actually getting anything you want or having a happy life. So that's the first part. The second part is looking at when in your childhood your basic needs for significance and love were not met. So when did you as a child not feel important or valued, special? Did you feel that in order to be important, to be valued, to be special, you had to achieve certain things? That you had to earn it by being amazing at X, Y, or Z? When in your life, when in your childhood, did you feel that you weren't loved or lovable? Did you learn that you had to earn that as well? That you were only loved when you were good, when you behaved a certain way, when you pleased people? That's, or did you learn that you were only loved when you were helpless, when you were a victim, when you were to be pitied, when you just couldn't do anything? Like that attention that you received that only came when you were weak and helpless. So these are the things we look at, because when we feel that we have to earn either of those things, when those needs are not met unconditionally, our need for significance and our need to have connection, loving connection, when we don't experience having that unconditionally, which is actually maybe all of us, it's just a spectrum of like how much we learn that. And so some people it's very, very extreme, and some people it's just a little bit, and depending on where on the spectrum you fall in terms of how much you learn that those things are conditional, then for the rest of your life, because these are such important and basic needs, you're driven to try to get those things, to earn significance and to get love and connection. So that's something that I'm going to go into later on, but for now I'll just leave those ideas with you. This is what inner child work is about. It's about when these things happen in childhood and then they continue to drive us forever, because we will always have those needs to feel significant and to feel loved. And if in childhood we've learned to try to get that a certain way, then we're going to keep doing that for the rest of our lives. This really sad thing is when people actually achieve those things that they think will give them significance, give them love, and there's nothing there for them, because you cannot get that deep understanding that you are significant and that you are loved by achieving it or by earning it. It's not something that anyone else can give you or any achievement can give you. It's something that you can only get from yourself. And that is the work that we do when we do inner child work. We learn to give that to ourselves, to our inner child. And through that healing process, we no longer are driven by those things. We can start uncovering what our true desires are, who we truly are. And when we start finding out, what beliefs we have that are motivating us through fear and preventing us from taking action in the ways we want, again, we can replace those beliefs. So this is all about doing the work to heal the old wounds and to be free, be empowered and be free. I will go more into each of these things later. So blessings to you. I hope that has brought up some interesting realizations for you and a little bit more freedom for you in your life.